Big Z Reviews. So my name is Brandon Zarzyczny, but you can call me Big Z. And today I'm going to talk about Quibi. And this is my first time doing an app review. And I had in the beginning when I first released, I did like the 3 month trial, and I just finished recently. And I want to talk about what I think about the app and what I think about a couple of the shows that are on it. So for the app, I think it's Katzenberg. They spent like $1.5 billion doing this app. And it feels like it's some old guy saying like, hey, I heard people are watching like videos on their phone all the time, so let's make a streaming service just for phones. And that's a great idea. And it's like, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't, like, at least for me, I'm on my phone while I'm watching something else. I'm watching something on my TV or on my laptop. Then maybe I'm also futzing around on my phone, like playing Marvel Contest of Champions or like scrolling through Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or doing, what else? Whatever. And if I am watching a video on my phone, it's going to be like a clip like 2 to 3 minutes max. But their big idea is to have these quick bites, that's why it's called Quibi, of like 6 to 8 minutes for all these shows, that each episode is 6 to 8 minutes. But the thing is, like, a lot of these, like, stuff that I watched that I liked, and I actually watched all of it, they're either a movie cut into bits, or like a 2-episode pilot cut into bits. Like, the only stuff that's kind of fit this actual quick bites were, like, stuff that's obviously made for it, like, and like a wrestling thing where they like transform a person's life real quick, or they have like athletes like do a 7-minute thing, like all of those like 7-minute things, like they have like the judge thing, all that stuff I did not like at all. But the stuff is obviously, they had this idea for it, and Quibi gave them money, so they gave it to them, and I understand that, but like it, and the idea is, I mean, when I watch, like, to watch something on your phone, first, the screen is tiny. Like, even, like, I have, like, the biggest phone pretty much possible, and it's, like, 1/9 the size of my laptop screen, maybe even less than that. And then but, like, so, if I want to watch it, well, like, I have to hold it. You have to hold it, So it's, like, you can't do anything else. Like, you have to take more interest in the phone than you normally would watching a movie on TV or something. But like, you have to hold it in your hand and watch it close to your face. Like, I tried sitting up on something and it kind of worked, but it's just, then it's really far away and tiny, and it's like it doesn't really work. But it does. It's interesting how, like, the actual technology where if you hold it in landscape mode, if you flip it up to a portrait mode, it switches like that. Like, it's really good, but, like, when I tried watching it in portrait mode, and it is nicer because they zoom in on everything, but, like, the choices they make are kind of like, I don't know about that choice. Like, you really, like, they cut, if you have, like, in like, a regular mode, widescreen mode, you'd have, like, 2 characters side by side or talking, but, like, if for the portrait mode, they would zoom in on the one character, whoever's talking, and it feels a little off, like. But the switching is like instant, and it's the technology for that is, they did really good on that. But there's like everything else, if you actually try to switch it all, it's not that seamless. But then for the actual using the app, like, you can find stuff relatively easy, but of course there isn't that much there. Like, honestly, but like, I mean, like, now they're starting to make it so that you can kind of like send it to your TV. But, like, my TVs, I have, like, nice TVs, but they're not the brand new smart TV. So they, like, I can't really cast it from my iPhone to my TVs. But, so, like, my only option is to watch it on the little screen. I think all this stuff could work on TV. I don't know why you wouldn't also make an app for it on TVs, on Roku's or on, PlayStation, wherever you can watch stuff. Also, you know, the crazy thing is that there's not that much content on here. Because, I mean, but it's interesting because it is all brand new content, but they have there's nothing like repeat viewing to get, they don't have any, they didn't spend any of that $1 billion on bringing like a show that people love to it. You know, it's all new stuff, and I kind of like that they're doing it. At the same time, there's not a reason to get people to try it, really. And the biggest thing for me, like, I got 3 months for free, but like, I only watched it, like, one night. I watched some stuff, and I didn't watch it for like 2 months, and then my free trial was ending, so I made sure to watch it for a couple nights to get some stuff so I can talk about it on this video. And it's just, like, there's no reason to come back for it. But, like, if it was on TV, I probably would have a lot sooner or watch it more. But on my phone, it's just, I almost think, who is this for? But I think, you know, some people do watch this stuff on their phones. But, like, it said, if you are watching, if you're going to watch something on your phone, you're going to, like, you would watch a movie. You wouldn't be the short bites. Like, I don't know if it's for, like, people in, like, that ride on trains or subways. But the 7 to 8 minute bit, I don't get why. It's like 3 minutes I get, 8 minutes I don't really get, and then it's odd because like some of these things are cut up like, and then if you have $8, you get like ad free. For like $6 or $5, you get ads. And the ads aren't bad. They're like 15 seconds in between each episode. But then with each episode, you have like, each episode has to have like some sort of end credit. Then you get an ad. Then you get the beginning credit. Then you get like the actual thing. And like, for example, one of the newer things they put on before I canceled it was a Most Dangerous Game.
Hunting. You'd want them to hunt me? Like paintball? Like tag or something?
And it's actually pretty good. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's a movie. It's an action film where Liam Hemsworth played the guy that was diagnosed with brain cancer, but like he's down in the dumps, like his building he had failed or whatever, and he owes a bunch of money, and his wife is pregnant. So like he goes to this person that, you know, gives him an offer that he can't refuse, where if you survive for 24 hours, you'll get like $30 million, and you get like a certain amount of money each hour. And like, so he has to kind of survive in Detroit. And like I had the fun with it. Like, the problem with it though is that the action, so much of it is like, whenever they actually go hand to hand, they like zoom in so much you can't see anything. Like, you see a person punching, and you see it, you understand that they're punching, but they like zoom in so much that you can't actually see any sort of impact. Like, it's so, like, the action is not good, but the actual, like, it is thrilling, and I liked a lot of stuff that they did with it. Like Christoph Waltz plays like the kind of like the head of the corporation doing it, and like some of the villains or whatever, the assassins that they get off on killing the people. Like, I like what they did with it. It's fun, and I enjoyed it. But like, watching on my phone, they had to do a thing where, I don't know, and it feels like it was a movie that then they edited it for Quibi. But like, every 7 minutes they have to have some sort of mini cliffhanger, and then it ends, and you have to watch a commercial, and then the credits, and then it starts up again, and it just feels so chopped up. But like, the weirdest thing is that, like, it doesn't. If you're watching a movie, if it's good, you wouldn't want to stop. Like, if this is good, you are not stopping after 8 minutes. You're watching the whole damn movie. So like, what's the point of chopping it up? All it does is make it fragmented. And I guess you can put more ads in it, but like, for the, like, I wish there was a way that you could tell it, I'm watching this movie, take out all the fucking cuts, just only watch the movie. Like, I don't think that's even an option, even if you're paying the max price for it. Like, you still have to have like it end in the credits, and, you know, have it be chopped up like that, and it's just kind of pointless. Some other things I watched that I liked, they had the Murder House.
Are you trying to tell me that we'll find body parts?
There's a distinct possibility, yeah.
You take a shower where he dismembered her.
The murder weapon has never been found.
Let's take a look at this.
Wait, do you see anything?
And just kind of it's like a home renovation thing, but like each house is like had some horrible murder happen, and it's kind of like you think you'd be like, I don't know, but like they don't. It's actually really kind of heartfelt and like heartwarming, because like these people, like they're living in this house. Maybe they bought it because it's cheaper, and now they have this some weird emotion that everyone knows it as a murder house, and they don't like push on it too much of like how the whole is so bad, but they do they chopped up her body in the shower, and they're like, oh, we gotta strip this thing to the bone. They take up the floor and like, is that blood? And they go, I think it is. Uh-oh. It's like this, like, but they make the houses not, they kind of try to erase that bad emotion linked to it and give them something better, and it's good. But even that, like most of the episodes, like for each house is like cut into like 3, and it's like if I started watching, I'm gonna watch all 3 of them. Where they cut it, it does not like a real cut. It's just like a forced cut. And there's also another kind of related to house renovation, but actual like a show called Flipped.
To destiny.
Do you realize what you did? You know I'm gonna have to kill you, right? You steal $500,000 from my stash house, and you made it into paradise. That's how you're gonna pay me back the money that you stole from me. You're gonna renovate my house.
And this is starring Will Forte and Caitlin Olsen. And like it's funny, like there's some really funny stuff where essentially they're like a couple, like he seems a little gay, but that's the kind of running joke with that. But like they're a couple, and they think that they're better than all of the the house renovators on TV, so they want to try to like buy a really crappy house and record themselves and flip it. But then they go out and they buy this horrible little hut, and it turns out that like some gangsters had stored all their money in it, and so then they use the money to renovate this house beautifully, and then the cartel come and they like, where's our money? And like, actually this is beautiful, how about you come renovate my house, my mansion? And like this kind of running thing, and it's funny. I really liked it. But again, it's a pilot. It's like a 2-episode pilot. Like all the episodes end, and like you're just getting into what would actually be the story, And that's kind of like the same sort of thing with Dummy.
We're a quirky, fun-loving sex doll and our human friend taking on the world together.
Why are you so hard to move?
Pull harder. Why are you so weak?
Harder!
I'm trying.
You kept telling me to pull harder!
I didn't mean to break me, you dumb piece of shit!
Which is Dummy is probably one of the things that they're trying to sell the most, to try to get people to check out Quibi. Because there's Anna Kendrick, who is awesome, and then she like forms a relationship with her boyfriend's love doll. But I think the oddest thing is that it's like almost fourth wall breaking, or it's really odd because it's really meta, because this was written by, I think, Cody Heller, created by her, and she is the boyfriend of Dan Harmon, and like literally Dan Harmon, and in the show he's played by Donald Logue. And it's literally, they don't change the names, like it's literally Dan Harmon, and part of the episode, like it's like someone's like, oh, you're Dan Harmon's boyfriend? I love Rick and Morty. And it's like, and this whole thing, that this bit like about like in the show, she had like the love doll kind of come to life and she talks with her, but then she writes the show about the love doll that she talks to, and then like there's like this whole thing, like the upperlings of they come in and say, oh, you're Dan Harmon's girlfriend, right? He's such a genius. We'll give you a show. And it's like, it's so meta, where like, wait, is that what actually happened? Is this how she got the show on? Or like, did she actually have conversations with this love doll? It's so meta and it's odd. But like, I think the biggest problem with it is that the CGI for the doll's face is really hit or miss. And also, I kind of like the idea that it's almost like a feminist road trip. And like that this love doll is really just a version of her, her own mind, like kind of, discussing things you have like a muse or to shoot off like things of. But then at a certain point, this one whole episode is where she's like a pedophile. like Anna Kendrick as Cody, she's like literally a pedophile. And it's very odd because the whole idea is that they don't do that much. The whole idea that, you know, Love Doll is like she's like not hypersexualized. You know, like there's some funny stuff with like the Love Doll vagina parts being dirty and stuff, and like having to clean her or buy her a new one. But like in general, she's not always on, oh, let me bang that guy, oh, let me bang that guy, let me bang that guy. There's not that. But at a certain point, one episode, they're literally, she's like, they're sitting on her porch, and they watch this 12-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy come out of the pool and shake her head and do this whole like sexy footage thing, even though she's like being goofy. And Love Doll's like, oh, I want to bang that kid. Like, get him up to my room and have him bang me. And like, and they do it. Like when they try to do it, like they trick Anna Kendrick tricks this kid to come up to her room and then show the Love Doll, like, hey kid, and runs after him. Hey kid, have sex with my Love Doll. And it's like this whole thing where like she has to leave her apartment now because the mom is rightfully upset at her for being a pedophile. And it's like, but the thing is that the whole idea is that the Love Doll is her. So it's not just that the Love Doll wants to have sex with this kid. She wants to have sex with this kid. And they never go back and like deal with it. It's just like an off-kilter episode. Like, wait, this is a pedophile episode. I think where's Chris Hansen when you need him? And it's just an odd choice. And again, this is just like a 2-episode pilot. Like, it just ends where the start of the actual series would be, but there isn't one. So it's just kind of odd. And they also have like Reno 911. They have like a new like really like 2 or 3 episodes of Reno 911 cutting the bits, and they're funny, but it's not really as funny as some of the original episodes, and it's okay, but it's just like nothing amazing. I mean, it's funny, it's Reno 911, but there's just not much there. It's like 2 or 3 episodes of Reno 911 cut into 7-minute bits. And the last thing I'll talk about is when the streetlights go on.
Most people aren't aware of the exact moment when they lose their innocence. It usually happens slowly. But for me, it was all at once.
This is like a movie cut into bits, but it's so odd because it seems like it's going to be a mystery where it's like this girl's sister is killed, and like some of the stuff is interesting. I like it. It's like it's set in like the 90s or something, so it feels like it's kind of mystery. Like they're going to try to solve the murder, but I don't know if it's like based on like a true story. But at a certain point, it just kind of ends. And like, oh, that's depressing, huh? You know, it's like, oh boy, there's no mystery. It's just, oh, okay, it moves over. Okay, like, you know, honestly, Quibi, I would not recommend it. Like, you could, like, even now, the free trial is a lot shorter now. It's like 2 weeks maybe, but you could literally do a free trial and watch everything on the app in a couple of days, everything good on the app, and be done with it. You know, I would recommend doing it, but like set in the timer for it to make sure you don't actually give them any money, because this is rich people throwing money at stupid stuff. You know, the app itself probably give like a 5 out of 10. Some of the shows were decent, but you know, whatever. What you gonna do? I'm sure it's gonna fail. Someone's gonna buy it up, but you know, who knows? We'll have to see what happens. Even though it's so funny, the Katzenberg, they blamed it on COVID. Like, oh yeah, people have more time to watch content at home. Yeah, that's why. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Check out the play some head. Scratch and Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z video. Thanks for watching.